Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is obviously going to be a training video, and if I sound a little funny, that is because it is literally 7:46 in the AM. Don't judge me. I actually woke up at 6 and I was going to record this when it was 7, but my AirPods were not charged. They were DED. This topic for this training video is for old players, what do you want SSO to add back into the game? And we're going to start in Moorland today because I wanted to switch it up, okay? So this first one is from Avoid Voids. Also, these are all from 9 months ago, so it's a little bit better than a year ago, right? I think so. But they said, I want them to reference the orange cat in some way as an Easter egg. I don't know how long I've been playing this game, but it's been long enough to know what the orange cat is. I also had an account before this one, but I lost all the login information for it, but I totally agree. I miss being awake at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and hopping on and just seeing the orange cat loading. And if you don't know what the orange cat is, if I find a picture, I'll put it up here. But I definitely do miss the old loading screen, and I do think it would be really cool to have something like that back in the game in some way. I also just realized I never said what horse I'm riding. I'm riding Nacho, my what are you? Belgian warmblood. Coffee, my Icelandic that I've been riding for the past 2 videos, is not level 9 yet. I thought it would be stupid if I rode Coffee for a 3rd video in a row. Also wanted to say, yeah, obviously this isn't being posted on Monday. I am going to post it the day I record it, which is Tuesday. No excuse this time, just didn't do it. So yeah, it'll be posted today, mainly because I have a car appointment at 2, so I literally have nothing to do. I don't work today, so why I was up so early, I don't know. I have no idea how to say this name. Leavola? I'm not sure. They said that I think it's more realistic that each horse has its own perks, some being more tolerant to the cold, and some being better for racing, jumping, dressage, etc. It made each horse feel unique. Nowadays, they all have the same stats, perks, and they feel like the same horse to me. That's fair, because they definitely do. The first Icelandic that I bought, like the old gen Icelandic, I bought because it was a cold tolerant horse and I was sick of riding around in Dino Valley when there was actually quests there with a slow horse. Frost Alley said, Bus, Old UI, Old Steve's Farm, bring back Gen 1 Fjords, Coulters, the Seals and Pigs, and Valentine's. I miss actually waiting for the bus, which I think I talked about in my last training video. Old Steve's Farm, I think I remember what it looks like. I pretty much just miss old Silverglade. I miss old Star Stable in general. Bring back Gen 1 Fjords. I don't know. I don't really like many Gen 1 horses, but I definitely think I would get a Gen 1 Ford? I think I would definitely get a Gen 1 Fjord, because they did seem like a cute little pony. A cute little pony that I would get. The Coulters, not gonna lie, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But when I first was reading this, I was like, I think I know who they are. And I did know who they were, but I had to look it up to make sure. I wish they had, like, more story with them. I can't even remember if they even had story at all.
I think we just, like, sent them into abyss or something.
I don't remember. But the Seals and Pigs, I have neither. So, yes, that would be great. And Valentine's. I still have some old Valentine tack and clothes, I think, but they don't have any stats. So it'd be great if they could even just bring it back to give us stats. I have no clue how to say this name, which seems to be a running theme, but this person said the music. Like the same thing with me with the orange cat and like logging on in the morning and just hearing the music and the birds and just the whole vibe and aesthetic of Old Star Stable was like 9 times better. Of course, if people join like now, they're not gonna get it. They'd probably hate Old Star Stable. But when you play Star Stable for as long as most people on this game have, you'd understand. You would completely understand. I really wish Star Stable would have like 1 week out of the year where they could do something that could bring back Old Star Stable for that week. Although I'm not quite sure the actual logistics of it that would have to go into it to make that happen. But I wish they would do something of the sort. This person said stamina. If you don't know what they're talking about, it's that you have to press W to actually keep your horse galloping. or really moving at all. And it would be down here at the bottom where the old map was. And pretty much it would tell you, like, if you're cantering, it would have a little jump icon thing telling you that your horse could jump while it was cantering. And it would flash red in whatever state you were in. Let's say you were walking. It would start to flash red. And then if you didn't press W, your horse would end up stopping completely. And I really do wish that, because to this day, I still spam W because it's become muscle memory, and because it makes me feel like I'm going faster. Like if I stop, I feel like I'm going slow, and it also just feels wrong. This person's name is a little interesting, so we're gonna have to block some of it out. But they said setting up the poll for Midsummer. I'm actually really surprised that they got rid of Midsummer, but I also forgot about it in general because I wasn't asking like, oh, when is Midsummer? I can't remember if it's, have they gotten rid of it? I don't know. It's either in June or July, and June's almost over. So unless they do it next month, then I don't really know. But setting up the poll in Midsummer was a lot of fun, and it gave you like extra XP, I think, didn't it? That really long span of time where I didn't play Star Stable kind of threw me for a loop, because I had stopped playing, I don't remember when exactly, but I had stopped playing for a while, like to the point where I had 10,000 star coins saved. And when I left, it was the old UI, and then I came back and it was this. So I was thrown for a bit of a loop. It was a little bit of a shock when I came back, and all of Star Stable was different. But yeah, I remember setting up the poll for Midsummer was really fun. Puzzled Conference said, I'll be honest, everything that made the game what it was pre-Mistfall. After that, it went downhill. Events changed slowly, etc. New graphics looked polished, but it looks plastic. I left the game around 2019-2020 and logged in here and there to check what's new. And let me tell you, the updated graphics of certain areas and no more interactive events I used to love killed the game for me. See, that's what happened to me. I logged in one day and I was like, what is going on? But I don't think Mistfall was that bad of an addition. I don't think the areas are the problem, really. I know they're not saying that the areas are the problem, but pretty much everything after that went downhill. But I do hate that there's not as many events. Like the graphics, yes, they look good, but they do look plastic, like they said. Like I'll put up a video of the old I'll put up a picture of the old graphics, and it just looks so different. Because at the time, most people thought that the old graphics looked fake, like not good. But then you look at these, and like they're not bad, like they look good. But if you're going for a more realistic vibe, then definitely old Star Stable was more realistic. And I can't tell why they changed the realism aspect of Star Stable so much, such as getting rid of stamina, getting rid of the cold tolerant horses, because a lot of horses that I have are not cold tolerant, and they can just roam freely throughout Dino Valley. So this person said Gen 1 Fords oh my gosh, Gen 1 Fjords, I cannot stress this enough. Gen 1, like I said earlier, because I know we've already talked about this, I would get one if they re-release them, although I don't know why they would backtrack, but I really kind of wish they would so I could get one. A lot of people in this Reddit thread said Cold Tolerance, the Coulters, and the Gen 1 Fjords. So just to put that out there honestly wasn't that many options in this one to talk about. This is the last one. Soto Ghoul Lover says that your magical horse would automatically change when near a forest. I loved that feature. It was so special when that happened. I'm going to take a clip from one of my old videos when I was showing off the birch and cherry horses. Because in both of those, when I was showing them off, I had clips of them changing from when they had changed as I was riding towards Dundle. A design where socks or no socks would be, which I think is really, really cool. I really, really like these horses. I didn't expect them to do trees at all, or like stocky breed. But then they pull out a Lucianos, as trees. And I really do miss that. I do like being able to change your horse into a magical horse whenever you want. But I also do miss when they would automatically change. Like they could still have them automatically change when in a forest and still have the option to change it whenever you want. But I think it was just a really cool thing to have because it made more sense. Like, obviously, a magical horse is going to be a little bit weird, although we are magical people, I guess, and no one seems to bat an eye. It just made more sense because in reality, if you had a magical horse, you would not want them to be in their magical form in places that are populated. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. It's probably another short one, so sorry about that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!